And Dan Bongino, if you don't know that guy, you don't know that name, you ain't living right now. Dan Bongino, Twitter. He's got his own website, bongino.com. Former Secret Service fella. Okay? FBI, this is from his website. FBI, hold on. You remember that I refer to it sometimes. There's a TV movie from 1996 called Friday. Chris Tucker, Ice Cube, and Chris Tucker's, Smokey. His mom, little fat chubby lady, did I just say little fat chubby? You can't say that. A short chubby lady. Again, she's playing the role. And he walks in one time, he's banging on the door. Damn, Smoke, you knocking on the door like you the damn police. I lost my key. I forgot my key. So he goes in. She's in there smoking a cigarette, talking on the phone. She's like, waiting for him to go in and close the door. So he kind of walks in. Why don't you cook or clean or do something? And he walks into his room and you hear her go, ha ha ha, girl, yes I did. James Comey has something to... James Comey, you still ain't in jail yet? Ha ha ha, boy, yes I'm not. FBI conveniently loses notes from Clinton probe meeting. I don't know. Newly released FBI documents reveal that the FBI lost notes from a 2015 meeting with members of the Intelligence Community Inspector General's office regarding the Hillary Clinton email investigation, according to the Epoch Times. The news, according to the publication, raises concerns that information about an explosive lead from the Inspector General to the FBI, may be lost. So in other words, the Intelligence Community Inspector General, just the IG, had a meeting, and they, it sounds like, presented an explosive lead, because it says, from the IG to the FBI. So they had an explosive lead about the Hillary Clinton email scandal that they talked about with the FBI, and that note that may have been taken by the FBI about this explosive lead is missing. We forgot it. I don't know what happened to it. I had a love letter to my wife, and I also had this explosive letter, I can see Comey. I remember balling up one of them. I'm sure it was probably the love letter to my wife that she had sent me. And I'd already read it a bunch of times, and it was taking up space on my desk. I remember balling it up and throwing it. Well, actually, I think I shredded that one. It's a private letter to my wife, so I think I shredded that one, and of course kept the memo. Well, at least I thought I kept the memo. However, what does Jay Snip say? What did I just say the other day? You will find the word incompetent or incompetence used when the government has absolutely destroyed evidence, covered something up, anything. They were incompetent. In other words, now this whole love letter story, I'm making that up. I'm just pretending. But if you have a huge, as he put it, explosive lead about this email scandal presented to you, you must act. It is your fiduciary duty to act. Not only that, we looked and we didn't find anything. How about that explosive lead? What explosive lead? How did you know there was an explosive lead? Well, somebody in the IG's office told us there was. And allegedly, you've got a memorandum, a note, something about that. You typically are required to keep, correct? Yeah, but we lost it. We lost it. You mean kind of like on the Oklahoma City bombings in 93, 93 or 95, 95. The security camera footage before the bombs went off, mysteriously gone, like minutes before, whatever. I don't know the exact time period, like when the truck was pulling up from the building, whatever. And then afterwards, they were also gone. And there was only one set that was retained or something. And when asked about it, FBI, your chain of command, your chain of custody, where's it at? They were changing the video tapes in the, because they had videotapes back then, in the camera system when this first part you're requesting had happened. So there was no footage of that because of that reason. Well, what about the other part? Well, we do have that, but it's in the such and such location where we store our evidence. So, and this is a true story. So the person or entity group, whatever that was requesting this public information, was told it's not where it's supposed to be because we looked where it said it should be and it's not there. And it would take an ungodly amount of man hours and multiple man hours for different people in the FBI to try and hunt down in this evidence room where it might be. So it's prohibitive, so we can't provide that. That's a true story. So you don't suppose the FBI, again, the criminal government, really, doesn't matter which organization within the FBI or within the government, FBI, CIA, the Congress, it doesn't matter, pick one. They have a habit, it's a blueprint. When we're in trouble, cover it up. How do you cover it up? We lost it. Doesn't exist, we lost it. Doesn't exist, we lost it. The police departments do it, local. See, this is a top-down thing. This is a top-down crap show that we're given. Doesn't matter. There's a guy I was watching on YouTube. He was parked in front of a house. He was going to inspect the house as an inspector. Somebody calls in, oh, there's a suspicious vehicle here in our neighborhood. The police come. Can I have your license? No, you cannot. You have to give it to me. I'm a law enforcement. When I ask it, you have to give it. Well, if you suspect me of committing a crime, you didn't say that you suspect me of committing a crime. Do you? Well, no, we don't. But we're investigating maybe a crime. But, well, there's no maybe, right? There's no maybe. You either are or aren't. Your suspicious person is nothing. Anybody can call in a suspicious person. So they end up putting him in cuffs, detaining him. Ultimately, at the end, having to let him go. He goes after them. I want all footage from your recorders, all officers. I want this. I want that. They try not to give him it to him at first. Finally, he got it. We don't have it. We do have it. Got it. Finally got it. And the chief of police, allegedly, from this guy says that the chief of police said he heard him, the suspect, say something about he wanted to kill cops, harm cops. And he said, I never said that. We've got it all on tape. You're suggesting that somehow that piece got edited out of the tape you presented me? The chief of police is very upset because the guy knew his rights. They handcuffed him illegally. Again, there's no suspicion of a crime. Just someone calling in that there's a guy in a car standing out here. That's not enough to you can ask for ID, but you don't have to present that ID unless you've been suspected of committing a crime and or you committed a traffic infraction. He wasn't. He was parked in front of the house because he had work to do there. So he's now going after them. I'm going to sue them. I'm going to public records request. So somehow or another, he decides I've got to go because he's being told, well, who polices the police? Well, you may have to open up an investigation with the FBI because they now have violated these two state, or one's maybe a federal statute, one's a state statute of basically false arrest, false something or another, conspiring to do something because one of the deputies or police officers conspired to do something to this guy. He's got it on tape. Like, the guy's solid. The police department's now freaking out. Oh shit, we are in trouble. So what is the chief, again, according to this guy, the chief says that he said he wanted to kill police officers. So, again, that's another charge, federal, because now you're making a false statement of something very severe like that, and you're the chief of police. So he goes to the FBI, drives over there. You can't record, you can't have audio inside the building. Okay, I'll leave it out in the car. He did. Goes in. Now he's telling the story of what happened when he was in there. I go in there. I'm starting to explain why I'm there for, what I'm there for, and what happened with the police department. They violated my rights. Then he threatened this and that. And so I'd like you to open an investigation into this police department. They start asking him questions. Are you a sovereign citizen? Do you consider yourself a sovereign citizen? Do you know what that is? He goes, not really. I think I kind of heard that term before, but I'm not real sure what that is. Okay. So now he's on the defensive. The FBI is now questioning him. He says the one goes out. Next thing he knows, 30 or so agents armed come rushing in the door in their own building where he's sitting. Because they had him. He said they brought me into one of their private interrogation rooms. He said, I figured that's just where we would talk privately. Not that I was being interrogated, but then when I saw how this went, I thought to myself, oh yeah, you were being interrogated. You thought you were going there for help. Oh, no. So, 30 armed agents, arrest them, handcuff them, pat them down, He's like, what in the hell is going on here? What the hell did I just do? I'm sitting here. What the? We got a call, an anonymous call tip that just came in while you were here that said you wanted to harm law enforcement. So he said, well, as I said, the chief of police said that I've said that before. And I never said it. I have the entire conversation on tape. And he did. And he has their cameras, the cops' cameras, the body cams. There's no such threat, ever. So basically, an anonymous person can call in, there's a suspicious vehicle out front in my neighborhood. The police will come to it's a call for support, so they got to come. We're here for a call. Again, if no crime is being committed, you can tell them to piss off. You can say, leave me alone. I'm not bothering anybody. I haven't committed a crime. Leave me alone. And they have to, by law, leave you alone. And some will press a little bit more, but that's the way it goes. These officers did not do that. They ended up arresting him. Now, they let him go right there on the spot later, but they did arrest him, put him in cuffs against his will. I think they searched him as well. He did not agree to that. And so that, again, that's what his complaints with. So he gets an anonymous call. Can you check out his suspicious car? Which turns into the FBI getting an anonymous call that this guy wants to harm police officers, and that somehow gives the FBI the right to come in and he said I was swatted. They SWAT teamed me in the FBI headquarters, in the office. 30 or so agents come rushing in. Guns drawn. Oh, I'm like, what the F? Do you have any guns on you? No, I don't. Oh. Well, we got an anonymous call that you wanted to harm law enforcement. So he said, well, follow the call. Who made the call? Who called it in? It's a false call. Isn't there a law against that? Can you imagine? Oh, the police wronged me. Let me go to the FBI. And you get swatted by the FBI. How's that a sign for you? Oh, I left a comment on him. I said, listen, go to realistnews.net. Hit the contact button. I'd like to interview you if possible about this. And I said, by the way, in my comment, be very wary that you might have been lied to by the FBI that there was ever a call. Or it was one of, oh, honey, yeah, go get a burner phone at Walmart and call this in to this. Yeah, okay. Oh, anonymous call came in. You want to hurt people. SWAT team for filing a complaint? You get a SWAT team for filing a complaint against the police? Can you see how rotten and unjust the system is to average citizens? And then when you try to follow the rules, okay, he filed a complaint with the police department, went in, written it up. Okay, here you go. Is there anything going to be done? Well, no, we looked into this. No, there's nothing to do. But you wrongfully arrested me. Okay, I'd like to take a step further. Chief of police, blah, blah. Okay, now the chief of police is pissed off. Okay, fine. I'll go to the FBI and investigate you because now you're saying that you're falsely claiming that I want to kill cops. That's, now I'm going to go to the FBI. FBI swats him. SWAT teams him right there on the spot. Well, we got anonymous tipping. So I said, you make sure you pull the records request and listen to that damn phone call. You pull those records and make sure there was an actual phone call, first and foremost. And if there was, is it possible that the chief of police had his little friend, girlfriend, wife, whatever, burn her phone, honey, call this in? Because maybe an anonymous call did come in. But the police are very well known, many times, you may not know this, for faking an anonymous call so that they can justify doing something. Justify kicking in a door, justify whatever they want to do that they normally couldn't constitutionally do without a warrant. That's very specific for what they want to do. Nope. We heard a child crying inside, so we kicked the door down and we thought a child abuse, they try to twist it and So if you can't go to the police, because they're the ones that came to you and robbed you basically of your rights, I'll go to the federal level. Federal level SWAT teams you. Then where do you go? Where do you go? What do you do? Well, if you don't like the country, you can leave. If you don't like the way things are, you can leave. No. This is America. We love the freedoms that we have on paper. But sometimes you got to put that paper in check and do a little audit, which is why I love these videos out there. First Amendment audit. Second Amendment audit, And then they go to a courthouse outside filming, or maybe a water plant filming outside. And then you can't film here. You can't. Yes, I can. Anywhere my effing eyes can see, I can film in the public. Wait, shut up. No, you can't. That's a security facility. Shut up. You're about to be schooled. Then they call the police come, and then they're schooled. Sometimes the police have to get schooled. Matter of fact, quite a few times. Because then the police come, and you have to present your ID when asked. Sir, are you familiar with statute 802. That's correct. It says when asked by law enforcement, you must give it. Correct. But what does subsection C say? If you've been suspected of committing a crime, traffic infraction, do you suspect me of that? No, but I don't know what you might be. You might be committing a crime. That's why I'm here to investigate. Okay, but based on what you see right now, is that happening? Well, not right now. But they said you were on the wall, but I'm not on the wall, and I have video, by the way, to prove it where I've been standing. Maybe you should ask them first. For sure, was I standing on the wall? Because I can assure you, I've been on the sidewalk. I know what I'm doing. I do this all the time. It's what I do. Well, my other officer's going to go over and talk to them. Yeah, they said, they said he wasn't on the wall. They did say he was out here on the sidewalk. So he says, well, this is another case, by the way, I was watching the other day. How did the call come in that I was on the wall? Well, sir, when we get a dispatch takes the call notes. They give it to us either over the radio or on the console, and we respond. So that's the kind of the debate, the notes that we just kind of go with when we get here. Right. So, anyways, let me finish this article off. How about that? The lost notes memorialized a meeting that took place on August 3rd, 2015, less than a month after the IG made a referral to the FBI that classified information may have been disclosed in an unauthorized manner to a foreign power because Hillary, conducted State Department business through an email hosted on insufficiently secured server in her effing basement. The IG FBI meetings hold special significance because it was allegedly several of these meetings where the IG officials passed a lead to the FBI about anomalies in the metadata of the emails, indicating that a copy of nearly every email was sent to an agent of a foreign power. The latest FBI documents were released by the Bureau on Monday and reveal email communications from a February 5th email between an intelligence analyst and an FBI staffer. Quote, I know this is a shot in the dark, but do you still have the meeting notes that you wrote up concerning the 8/3/2015 MRE meeting of FBI headquarters? I think, redacted, correct me if I'm wrong, that this meeting with the IG, if that help matters, was with the IG, if that matters. The analyst said the notes never made it to the file. I actually remember turning over my original notes for the file for this. It was right at the beginning of the case. The staffer responded. I gave them to redacted, who was running the file then. Jay Snip here. Hey, Snip, yeah. Question, yeah, go ahead. I had a little mortgage problem where they would send me, oh, you owe us on this mortgage from note holder, and I would ask, who is note holder? Shouldn't it say note holder, such and such company? Because that's who I'm making the payment to, correct? Yes. Don't I know who I owe the money to? Yes. Well, who is it? I can't tell you that, you have to sue us. No, I don't think I'm making you another payment anymore. You can go pound sand for now until you can tell me that. Okay. They left me alone for a long time. This is very reminiscent of that. I gave them to redacted, who was running the file then. Who was redacted? Redacted, like note holder. Who's redacted? It wasn't Comey, like Stroke, Page, by any of those guys, Baker, whatever, I don't know. Was Baker in the FBI? Whatever. Wasn't one of those people by chance. Rosenstein, maybe? Who's redacted? Oh, we can't reveal it. But President Trump can see. And he can choose to unredact if he needs to. Fi-hi-hi-sa. Covered her all up again. Redact. Don't view it. Don't let the people look through it. I sure hope we get to the bottom of this stuff. It looks like we're heading that way, but boy, is it slow. And I'm ready for some action. I want some action tonight. Satisfaction. All right.